Alright.
Now we're ready for the rest of the game. That definitely nothing else is gonna happen.
No, what are you talking about? Why would anything happen?
Why would anything else happen to this group?
No, of course not. That's silly talk. We gotta go talk to Elise. Come on. Almost 10 a.m., which means Elise should be here any minute now. Might be good to make my way over to the front gate and wait for her. Gee, it's like that's what we were gonna go do. Okay, I thought the game crashed for a second.
Sorry for keeping you waiting.
Oh, Reen. Is something the matter? You look awfully tired. Did something happen?
You can tell, huh? I was running all over yesterday. Mainly rehearsals for our concert today and some other tests last night.
Tests? During the festival? My, they certainly don't go easy on you here. Maybe you should go get some rest. You have your concert coming up this afternoon after all. I can look around on my own just fine. Though, honestly, if you're not feeling well, I'd rather take care of you.
It's nothing to worry yourself over, really. Nah, I got enough sleep last night to keep me going strong today. If I tried to rest now, it might actually sap my energy. Besides, you came all the way out from Heimdall to visit. I'd rather spend the day with you instead. I can only hang out till noon, though. After that, we've got our final prep for the concert.
Reen. Well, if you insist. If you want to keep me company that much, I'd be happy to oblige. What should we see first, then?
Oh, maybe we can start with Class 2's indoor garden. How's that sound?
Walked around the academy, showed her all the different attractions. It's the Starry Sky one. Pervy grandpa's pervy. Of course Rufus would be. Oh, that's funny.
I took Elise around on a grand tour of the festival. We stopped by all the big class attractions, bumped into a lot of my classmates and their families, and even ran into instructor Sarah and a couple second years. By the time we'd finished seeing everything and chatting with everyone, the morning was nearly over.
Schwarzer?
Patrick? Oh, looks like Celestine's out enjoying the festivities too.
I believe you are a son of the High Arms family?
Oh, Patrick.
Lady Elise, you're looking simply splendid today. I was hoping you might be able to make it.
Patrick.
How utterly heartless of you to not tell me she'd be visiting. Is that any way to treat your bosom buddy? Your dear friend?
Sorry, wait. When did we become dear friends?
A good day to you, Master Reen. And you must be his younger sister who I've heard so much about.
It's a pleasure to meet you. I'm Elise Schwarzer. It's good to see you well, Lord Patrick.
Please, please, there's no need for such formalities between us. Just call me Patrick. Ah, I know. Why don't we take this opportunity to stroll the campus together?
Green's like,
Schwarzer, what are you doing? What problem could you possibly have with my taking this chance to foster good relations between our families?
See, that's all well and good, but Elise hasn't made her debut into high society quite yet. Which means it's her brother's duty to shoo away the unwanted pests.
Green,
Must you always be such a tyrant when it comes to your sister?
Come along, Master Patrick. It would be unseemly to disrupt such a beautiful display of familial dedication. There are still preparations to be made for the operetta, so I suggest we depart to tend to those soon.
a bell?
Oh, that's the noon chime. Was it really that late already?
I suppose I must turn away empty-handed for now. But I hope you're prepared, Schwarzer. When this day is over, we'll know without a doubt which of our classes is the greater.
Oh, I already know, but I guess you're about to find out. Looking forward to seeing your A game.
I think you overestimate your chances. Victory is as good as mine. I hope you'll be dazzled by my spectacular stage presence, Lady Elise. And assuming you'll be attending the after-party this evening, it would be my pleasure to share a dance with...
Master Patrick, I suggest we hurry to the auditorium. Your classmates are waiting
I love that
for you.
Celestine's just like, come on.
If you'll excuse us, Master Reen, Lady Elise.
You go to school with some rather amusing people. I would have expected a
word
son
for
of
it.
one of the 4 great houses to be a lot less approachable than that.
Well, class and titles
He's
can
not
only tell you
approachable.
so much. Getting to know Eustace and Angelica really drove that home. At the end of the day, even the most distinguished nobles are more than just their family lineage. Though I can't really say Patrick and I are on the best of terms.
Well, if not a good friend, at least he seems to make for a spirited rival, judging by your exchange back there. It's so nice to see all these places you mention in your letters, too. I guess you really did make the right decision coming here after all.
Yeah, I really did. I feel lucky to have been chosen for Class 7, too. They can...
Yep.
Twitchy.
Thank you so much for showing me around. I wish we could spend longer together, but I know you're busy this afternoon. I'll be fine wandering around by myself for a few hours, so go on and start getting ready for your concert.
I'm really sorry to have to leave you flying solo. And maybe a little nervous now. How many other well-heeled nobles are going to crawl out of the woodwork to escort you around the festival?
Just Patrick.
Just Patrick.
I appreciate your concern, but I'm not a child anymore, you know?
Tee hee. The two of you really are the portrait of sibling affection.
What?
Very sassy tee-hee.
I know that voice anywhere.
Of course
wonder
they're
it was
there.
so
He's the chairman.
Ah.
And Prince Oliver, too. Good afternoon, Your Highness.
And of course, accompanied by RMP and specifically
Your
Claire.
Highnesses.
I mean,
Your Highness
they
Sai?
are
Your
royalty.
Highness.
Yes, but
like
the
the
amount of
Heinies.
times that Oliver goes
Heinies?
around by himself, you would.
Token position though it may be, I am the chairman of the board. It's only proper that I pay a visit. I would have liked to come yesterday as well, but I'm afraid I was tied up with a few official duties.
Of course you were.
Can you believe I had to beg him to take me along? But this is the festival. I couldn't miss it. In fact, I haven't seen you since we met at the summer festival.
Right. It's a pleasure to see you again, Your Highness. Did you come as their escort captain?
Basically. I was asked to step in on short notice to handle the security detail. I've been told Class 7 is performing a concert this afternoon. Best
She
of
wanted
luck
to see
with
the
that.
concert.
Thanks.
Oh yes, when will the concert be starting, by the way? I'm afraid I didn't have the time to do any research beforehand.
They'll be starting around 3 p.m. Although I think another of the classes will be performing an operetta before that. Still, you could have at least told me you'd be coming. This isn't the first time you've done this.
She doesn't have to tell anybody. She's a princess.
Well, I was hoping to catch the two of you clutching each other in the torrid embrace of forbidden love.
Oh my god.
It sounds like your
Alvin.
concert is shaping up to be a
God.
grand time, though. Would you mind terribly if I tore off my shirt and leapt on stage to join you all midway through?
Please do. Please, for the
We're
love.
mostly
Please
just
do.
Please
amateurs when it
do.
comes to music, so I'm not sure that'd be such a good idea.
Allow him. Let him do
You
it.
know, I don't see Major Vander around. Is he not with you today?
Unfortunately not. You've probably heard a few rumblings about it already. But there's been another development in the Crossbell situation today.
I thought so. The Imperial Army is considering military action, aren't they?
Well, try not to worry yourself about that right now. If it helps put you at ease, I can't really see there being a war, regardless of what happens. The gulf in military power between our two nations is far too wide. It would be suicide for them to try to fight us. The Calvard
Well.
Republic isn't standing idle either, so I imagine it'll end up a deadlock between superpowers. Under ordinary circumstances, I probably would have passed on coming today, but I thought that coming here with Alphen might actually alleviate tensions. Governor Regnitz, Rufus, and Chairman Arena are all here as well. I would presume they share the same opinion. But right now, you've got a concert to give, and I want you to focus all your energies on making it one to remember. Not for me or Alphen, or even for your schoolmates. Do it
Bless.
for yourself.
Bless you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Your Highness. We'll give it all we have up there today.
What's all this chit-chatting over here, you two? Care to let us in on your little gentleman's club?
You were
And
standing
spill
right
the
there the whole
secrets of our
time.
man-to-man bonding? Perish the thought. Anyway, Alphen and I would be happy to escort Elise around while you're indisposed. We'll bring her along to your concert, of course, so you needn't worry about a thing.
Thank you, Your Highness. I'd really appreciate it.
Thank you very much. Good luck. I'll be praying for your success.
I look forward to seeing you shine up there on the stage.
I'm so glad that was all voiced. Holy cow.
Okay, I guess I should head over to the auditorium now. We have to take care of some last-minute preparations, and I suppose I should catch Class 1's operetta, too.
I suppose.
See how good it really is.
Mm-hmm. Also, I like how Patrick was like, Lady Elise, and then he was like, Schwarzer.
Yeah, of
Gotcha.
course. Because
Schwarzer.
he still doesn't get along with Reen.
Is he the lead singer?
Yes.
Wow.
Him and Ferris were the leads.
Wow.
That was incredible.
Well, I'm impressed. I had no idea how much work they'd put into this.
Well, I have to confess, it's better than I'd anticipated.
That's going to be one tough act to follow. Can we really measure up?
Now I'm not so
Yes.
sure. Are people really going to be into our songs after seeing a performance like that?
Yes.
I love Milliams and Fee's little
Come
hats.
on.
Oh my gosh.
Right?
Don't start getting all wishy-washy on me now. If your rehearsals are anything to go by, you're gonna bring down the house.
You really think so?
She's right. We'll be fine.
Our concert packs more than enough impact. Don't overthink this too much. You just gotta believe.
This is no time to start doubting ourselves.
What more can we give
For
than
real.
our best?
Well, hopefully, all those practice sessions help us get it right when we're in the spotlight. As soon as Class 1 clears out their set and props, we need to start setting everything up.
Roger.
I'm so excited I could explode!
Don't explode. Hold it together. Hold.
We're coming in, okay?
Toa? George?
Here to give a little comfort to the weary soldiers fighting the good fight?
I'll let you be the judge of that.
Actually, we have a special guest who insisted on seeing you.
Coming in.
Of course, of course.
Huh?
Couldn't be.
Yep.
Angelica?
Looks like I made it just in time for the main event. Kinda disappointed I missed the operetta, though. Heard Class 1 was really on fire.
You made it!
Just barely.
But man, when did you get to be such a babe?
Crow.
Well, a good suit and tie are more to my taste. But this was part of the deal I made with my dad to let me come. He said I could visit the festival if I agreed to meet a few prospective candidates for an arranged marriage.
Ew.
Mhm. Welcome to the nobility.
So here I am, dress and all. You better get a good look now. Who knows when I'll wear something like this again.
Well, if that's your aim, you're certainly dressed for victory.
Yeah, but I think it might draw out your charm a little too well. Most normal people would
Making
take
all the
one look
girls
at you and think
jealous.
you're completely out of their league.
You do look lovely, though. Thanks, but honestly, I've got nothing on the rest of you fair maidens.
Uh-oh.
Angelica!
Or no.
Nothing like the pure fresh
I
scent
love
of a woman.
Angelica.
All I've had to look at since going back home is my dad's grumpy old face. I'm in heaven right now.
Jesus.
Good grief.
Well, I suppose some things never
Accurate.
change.
Come on, Angie.
All right, I've got my fix. Time to move on to my little ladies.
Oh no.
So warm, so soft.
That tickles! I should have seen this coming.
I like
We honestly
Fee's
also
just
didn't
resigned herself.
Angie, don't get too carried away now.
You do know they could file a sexual harassment claim, right?
It's good to have her back.
I'm so glad she managed to make it after all.
Looks like the winds are favoring us today.
I like that of
I'm
all the
looking
people that
forward to
call
your
that out, it's
concert.
Crow.
From what I hear, you've
Mhm.
got quite the show in store for all of us. Don't go getting yourselves too wound up. Just remember what you practice, put your all into it, and I'm sure the audience will be right there along with you.
Yeah, it's your time to shine. Go on and have the time of your lives, guys.
Good luck out there.
Oh, good.
This is the part
That
that I
wasn't even
have
what
a,
they said, or close to it.
this is the part I have a problem with because the song does not
Thank you
match
for your patience,
this
everyone.
performance.
Well,
Next,
technology
our
in
Academy's
this
very first
animation
Class
style is a
7
little
is
bit,
proud to
you know.
present a concert.
Well, it's not that. I love the song. Good song. It does not fit the animations that they're doing and what the theme of this is supposed to be. Not this part. Although this certainly doesn't match this performance either. Because there's 0 words to this song.
Yeah, well.
It's implied.
That brings us to the end of Class 7's performance. Thank you all for coming out.
Encore. Encore.
Encore! Encore!
What?
Ladies and gents, you've been a wonderful crowd. And we've heard your cheers loud and clear. So without further ado, I give you our third and final song.
Good job, Crow.
Everyone, join in!
Jesus.
Yeah, it just doesn't fit this. Jump scared by Crow.
And I play horror games. My God. Woo!
But like, this song doesn't fit what's happening in the scene. It's the.
I mean, it could be a power ballad.
Except that they have multiple boys are singing with them, and there's just a single soloist the entire song.
This is a song
because
that's very common on the Trails soundtracks.
It is. This is one of the themes for Cold Steel, is I Swear, which is what this song is. It is a theme of the Cold Steel games.
Well, maybe
The
it's
other ones
because
too,
they
like,
couldn't
I
pay
haven't
all the
seen
voice actors to
because-
sing.
Right. Yeah. Because I've had it on the other soundtracks too from the other games.
But they do later in the series, not these same actors. To be fair, it's a different group of voice actors.
Like I said, maybe they couldn't afford it.
Budget cuts.
But later in the games, they do have a whole ensemble of them singing.
Sweet.
It's significantly later. It's the 4th Gold Steel game, I think.
Fire. Big fire. Big fire.
Fire big.
Fire big.
Fire big.
It's a big oo. They're all exhausted.
Everyone eat.
Much
I'm
eat.
exhausted. I'm
noticed.
hungry.
I can't feel my feet.
I guess that qualifies as a success then, right?
Well, the crowd sure seemed pretty enthusiastic.
As if I had the mental energy to care about what the crowd thought.
Also a big
I
mood.
suppose that's the difference between professional musicians and amateurs like us.
I don't think you guys need to worry. We did just fine.
I'll say, the audience's reaction to our encore piece was even better than I'd hoped for.
I guess your plan paid off then.
Sorry.
I did not click.
Patrick.
Twitchy.
I promise you I did not click.
Oh, it's you.
It's you.
It's you.
Honestly, this is what bothers me so much about this class. I know you're tired. We're all tired. But that doesn't excuse this level of indolence.
What concern is it of yours?
At least you could let us bask in the afterglow of our performance before the moment fades.
Still, I gotta hand it to you guys. You really pulled out all the stops for that operetta.
It was really something. You could take that act to the theater and perform to a sold-out crowd.
Great casting, too. Ferris fit her role to a T.
I wasn't sure what to expect, but I really enjoyed it.
You did? Well, I
Yeah,
can't say I'm
Patrick was
surprised,
good.
though. Given the raw level of talent on display, who'd expect anything less than perfection?
Why
Wait,
can't you
are
just
you
be
mocking me?
humble?
If you're all languid and moping around, how do you think we feel? Show a little dignity at least.
Huh?
What are you going on about?
Aha, we did it, didn't we?
Ugh. Pulling that third song out of nowhere is hardly what I'd call fair play. You even had me singing along. I can't even consider our little wager still valid after that. Good day.
Good day.
Good day.
I said good day.
I said good day, sir.
What was that all about?
I'm not even sure. It didn't seem like he came here just to thumb his nose at us.
Congrats, everyone! You did it!
Huh? What brings you all here?
Is something wrong?
You guys are so worn down, you totally forgot, didn't you?
Remember a certain little poll where festival attendees get to vote on their favorite attraction? Well, the results are in.
Oh, now that you mention it,
We were so busy, I completely forgot about that.
So wait, did we...
They just finished counting up all the votes from the students and the visitors. Good numbers all around, but classes 1 and 7 were the clear favorites.
And this year's winner, with 1,512 votes, is Class 7's concert.
Oh!
Huh. Congrats, guys.
They're all so tired they can't even
Nice.
celebrate
well,
properly.
at least that's over.
Yay!
Good job, everyone. Sleep.
Oh, come on, is that it?
EP time.
That's all
Yeah,
the enthusiasm you can muster?
Oh, man.
Well, after seeing all the other attractions for myself, I feel almost as proud of the other classes as I do us.
For what it's worth, my brother and Charles seem to have had a great time.
Mishy Panic was an unsung gem.
Now that it's over, it feels a little unsportsmanlike for us to be the only ones boasting about our achievements.
Agreed. If anything, seeing everyone having a good time feels like a victory for the whole academy.
Yep, every student should feel proud about these last 2 days.
Anyway, I'm here to shake you desk potatoes out of your listless post-festival comas. Or have you forgotten that we still have the after party to enjoy?
Oh yeah, there's that.
I totally
They did
forgot.
forget.
It's a tradition to close out the festival with a big party for the students, their friends, and their families.
There's gonna be bonfires, right? And dancing?
Bonfires.
Well, don't just sit there. Everyone's waiting for you.
All the bonfires are set up too, so just make your way over whenever you're ready.
Okay, I think we can muster up the energy for one last event today. What do you say we head on over and enjoy the party?
Right. Woo! Party time!
Oh.
Wow. Impressive.
That lit really easily.
I did. It never happens in real life.
No,
That
never.
easily.
Especially not for something that large. It would take forever for
No,
it to
it's
get
like
that
a
high.
Mother and
smoky
grandfather
mess,
are
and then
still
it finally catches fire.
My dad, too.
And my brother, though I can't imagine why.
Elliot, Crow. I just wanted to thank you for everything you've done for us.
You mean for the concert?
What brought that on? You got so serious there, I was getting kind of scared.
It's just that our
I was also
performance
scared
today
for a minute.
never would have been possible without the two of you guiding it along. I wanted to make sure that you knew how much I appreciate you doing that.
Damn, man. Is making people feel awkward a hobby of yours or something?
Aw, it's no big deal. Besides, it was a real team effort. Everyone played a part. I mean, look at you. You were a fountain of good advice through this whole thing. And honestly, I should be the one thanking everyone.
Huh?
You all helped me rediscover just how much music means to me. Because it's not just about performing by myself. It's about performing together, playing off each other's strengths to make something wonderful. So I should be the one thanking you. This never would have happened if I didn't come to this academy.
Elliot.
Holy hell, are you guys trying to see who can make me cringe the hardest?
Yes!
Elliot, my boy! Your father's arms are ready and waiting for
I
you to leap into
love
them!
Craig the
A new
Red.
challenger's entered the ring here.
Craig.
Does he always have to say that stuff so loudly?
Yes.
Yes.
Sorry,
required.
I'll see you later, okay?
Yeah, later. This year's festival's been a blast. I'm kinda hoping we can do the same thing next year, too. Though, who knows if Class 7 is even going to exist next year? Crow?
Oh, yeah. Generally, people stay in the same class from their first day to their graduation, but Class 7's basically one giant exception to everything the school's ever done, so who knows?
I guess that has its pluses and its minuses. But no matter what, it's not going to be the same. We won't have you.
If I manage to graduate, at least. Barring any nasty surprises, I'll be in Class 7 till the end of the month. Which means our time as classmates is almost up.
Now that you mention it, yeah. We'll have to see if we can throw you a farewell party around the end of the month then. Can't let you off easy.
Come on, it's no big deal. Trust me, you're still gonna see more than enough of me next year. Sure, I'll have moved out of the dorms, but I'll be sure to stop by once a week to steal some of Sharon's cooking.
You better. Oh,
That's not
and
why he's
by the
stopping
way,
by once a week.
I'm not going to have to call you Mr. Armbrust or anything after you graduate, am I? I mean, we've spent so much time together that treating you like a proper adult just wouldn't feel right.
Of course not. And if I ever catch you calling me Mr. Armbrust again, I'm gonna smack you.
Gross.
Oh, yeah. Guess it's about time I gave you this back.
Did he finally find the? Oh my gosh, he did.
Aw.
I completely forgot about it. You've done so much for me since then. Saving Elise, helping with the concert. Compared to all that, 50 Mira is nothing.
The feeling's mutual. Besides, I never return the mirror that I borrow. Makes that coin extra special. So go on, take it.
Oh, by the way, you know there was interest on this, right? How much do you suppose you really owe me after half a year?
Oh man, what kind of racket are you running here anyway? I thought you were supposed to be a good kid.
Well, there's this one second year who's taught me a thing or two about making money. To be honest, it feels kind of lonely to think that everything between us is completely settled and done with. So, what do you say? You still owe me?
I swear, the things I do for love.
Aww.
All right, you'll get your stupid interest someday. Maybe.
Maybe.
I love their friendship. It's so good.
It is very good.
The other part that bothers me is that they're not all moving in sync, and they really should if they're all dancing to the same music.
Enjoy the scene.
It's fine.
Alphen, I am drawn to the party before us like a moth to a flame, like a starving man to a banquet, like beauty to me. What say you we grace the dancers with the gift of our company?
It's as though you read my mind.
And of course, they both know very well how to dance because they're...
I would hope so.
I mean, high
Oh
society.
no, don't waste your time watching. It's time to dance.
No need to worry about formalities tonight. Let's all relax, enjoy ourselves, and maybe let a few secrets slip.
They're so much alike.
They are. It's so
Allow
good.
me, Sharon, before every red-blooded boy in this school lines up for a chance.
It would be my honor.
Madam Chairman, might I have this dance?
Of course. Given that our former partners left the dance all too soon, we seem to make for an appropriate pair.
I suppose you're right.
Instructor, I cannot thank you enough for all you've done for my daughter. I can, however, ask you for the pleasure of this dance.
Really? Ooh, he's just my type, too. Oh, just talking to myself.
Well, I'll be dancing with all my little kittens by the end of the night. But I suppose I can let you take the first dance.
Well, I don't mind. But seeing you in that dress is enough to make any guy feel intimidated.
They waste no time, do they?
It's no surprise that my grandfather made a beeline for Sharon, but I never expected to
No
see
one's
Mother
surprised.
dancing.
In some ways, it seems as though they're younger than we are.
Looks like everyone's having fun, though. Shall we join them?
You've given me more than enough of your time already today. Between showing me around and your incredible concert, you must be exhausted. And besides, I'm sure there's someone else you'd rather dance with here. Why not ask them instead?
Someone else.
There are other people here. Huh. Weird.
Strange.
Interesting.
People in this world.
I
in
know,
this economy.
right?
I want to dance with? What?
We all
I
know
mean,
what we're thinking.
It's Elisa. That's what we're gonna go with.
Oh no, it was definitely Crow.
I can't think
I
of
knew
anyone.
Doing the romance dances are very fun.
So, I have a potential sister-in-law now, do I?
Oh my goodness.
Holy cow.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves. Still, maybe you're right. Maybe I will go ask her. I do feel kind of bad leaving you here on your own, though.
I'm fine, really. Besides, if you spend all this time worrying about me, the music will be over by the time you ask.
Well, okay.
He's such an idiot. Oh, Elise. Your Highness?
The generally accepted strategy here would be to keep his eyes on you, not push him toward another girl's tender embrace. If you were to only gather the courage to ask him, I'm certain that he would be more than accommodating.
It's fine. I'm fine, honestly.
She's not fine.
You're
She's
his
not
sister.
fine.
Elisa.
Stop it.
Not my blood.
I don't care.
Rain.
It's still weird.
I'm
Yeah,
not denying it's
exactly.
weird. I'm just saying it's less weird than most of the time they do it.
Is your sister
Could be
okay?
worse. Still
Exactly
weird.
my point.
No, she's not. She's not okay.
Yeah. Actually, she's the only reason I had the courage to come over here. Would you dance with me?
Aw.
What?
Direct approach. Nice.
Me?
I love it.
That
yeah.
was the idea.
Dance me now? Question mark.
Is that a no?
Aw.
All right. Let's get a little closer to the bonfire then.
Okay.
Gotta get toasty.
Aw. I've had so much fluff today. It's been great.
Why is their hair on fire?
It's been a good day.
Shh. We ignore the fine details of animation issues.
Everyone's hair is on fire.
And now kiss.
No, no kiss.
Now kiss.
Not in this game.
Mira has requested that they kiss.
I demand that they kiss, in fact.
Oh, demand. Oh no.
Everyone's still at it.
I wish I still had that much energy left. Still,
Dude.
it's not like there's a lot more festival to use it on. It's strange. It feels like the whole year's been building up to this festival, but
Yeah. It felt like it was over in the blink of an eye. Both the festival and the year as a whole.
exactly. It won't be long until the second years graduate and we'll be in their shoes. Time really does fly, huh?
Yeah. It's hard to believe so many months have passed since we all first met. But I do have to wonder whether any of us have gotten any closer to figuring out what we're going to do with our lives.
I wish I knew. I might have looked confident when I told Mother that I'd show her how to run the company by the time I'd graduated, but that was in the heat of the moment. I honestly don't know whether I'd drive Rhineford straight into the ground or not.
How could you know? Still,
There's one thing I do know. No matter how difficult the odds, our class always finds a way through. Growing up should be no different.
still. You stole my line.
I think you need some new material. I'm getting used to your speeches by now. Well, that, and I believe it. I think everything is going to work out as long as our class is together. As long as you and I are together.
Aw.
Forget I said anything.
Elisa.
Don't forget it.
Really?
Then let's stay together. We're still looking for our places in the world, but maybe they're right next to each other.
I hope so.
Me too.
Now kiss!
That was
After
adorable.
that, I went back to
That
see
was
Elise.
adorable!
But by
Now
then,
kiss!
that memorable evening was approaching its end.
Reen? Elise?
Claire?
Who the fuck?
Good evening, Captain. You must be exhausted.
Well, it's not as though I performed on stage in front of an auditorium full of people or anything. I really enjoyed your concert, by the way. That's the kind of thing that makes me proud to be an alumnus.
Wait, what? You're a student here?
That's right.
Why is that surprising?
I was part of the Academy's 216th graduating class.
It makes
and
sense.
Since you'll be part of its 221st, I suppose that makes me 5 years your senior.
I had no idea. Why didn't you mention it until just now?
Given that we only ever met while you were on your field studies, it didn't seem pertinent. Besides, once people graduate, they tend to leave their ties to their school behind. Especially here at Thor's.
Because it's a military academy?
Exactly. Roughly 40% of the graduates here go on to join the military. Not always the same branch or even the same army. About 30% join the Imperial Army, and 10% go to a provincial force. Students who are best friends one day might find themselves enemies the next.
Reen.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to kill your happy mood like this. But I'm sure you're well aware of what may lie ahead. That we're teetering on the brink of an era of upheaval.
I'm aware.
Does this have something to do with the issues in Crossbell I've been hearing about?
Yes, amongst other things. It seems as though everyone on the continent is ready to go to war with everyone else. But that's why it's so important that we're able to stand strong no matter what happens. Though, judging by how well Class 7 has performed on their field studies, I'm sure you'll all be fine in that regard. Here's hoping that I get the chance to help you out again sometime. Even if I'll have to be careful not to draw the ire of that instructor of yours while I'm doing so.
I'm just glad to know that you have her back. Thank you for that.
You're quite well. Please, excuse me a moment.
Back
Yes,
to
Revolt
business.
speaking. Mm-hmm.
Mushy mushy.
What?
What's going on?
And you're certain of this? Understood. I'll return at once. Yes, I will escort them back to Valflame Palace myself. I'm afraid I have to excuse myself.
Goodbye.
Okay, bye.
Safe travels.
I'm really sorry, Elise. My brothers requested that we return to Heimdall right away. But as we're going back by car, I thought I'd offer you a ride home. But
Elise, I think you should go back with them for now. I'll call you later to make sure you're okay.
Well, all right.
Sorry to drop this on you so quickly, Reen. I'm sure someone from the Academy will fill you in shortly.
Fill me in? On what?
If you'll excuse us.
don't worry. We'll be sure to get Elise back to the academy
is this
safely.
when
exploded?
Not exploded, just disappeared.
Yeah, Thanos.
Yeah, Thanos snapped out of existence.
Rain!
Does anyone have any idea what's going on?
I'm afraid not. I've never seen Father behave like that before.
My mother's the same way. She got a message of some kind and just changed.
Ditto my
just went to
father.
business mode.
I think it was someone from Heimdall who got in touch with him.
One thing is certain. Something terrible has happened.
Uh-huh.
My dad turned pale and was gone before I could ask what happened. It sounded like he received a report from Instructor Neidhart, though.
Hold on. Neidhart's supposed to be... He was at Gorelia Fortress with the 4th Armored Division on
Yep,
some
this
sort
is
of
the
mission,
appearance
right?
of the Aeons and the destruction of the railway guns.
Yep.
Speaking of which, has anyone seen Toa or Instructor Sarah?
Who's that weirdo?
Students and visitors.
He's the, like, dean or something.
I cannot thank you enough for your attendance today. I hereby proclaim the 127th Thor's Military Academy Festival complete.
Now everyone go to bed. You're under curfew.
Everyone, go back to your rooms.
But
and
I am
stay
afraid
there.
I must announce this
Yeah.
with a heavy heart.
There it is.
As we have just received word from the Imperial government that this evening, Gorelia Fortress, which rests on the eastern border of the Empire, has been destroyed. No, destruction is an inadequate word. An unknown weapon has erased the fortress in its entirety from
There it is.
existence.
Yep.
Yep. What was that,
I would
Ion
ask
Alpha?
that all of our guests, from that region or otherwise, please try to remain calm.
Oof.
I think it was Alpha that did that, because it was Alpha, Beta.
Oh, I don't remember.
Nah.
No, it wasn't Beta. It was Alpha and two others. I can't remember what they were called. Is a follow attention
I don't
to
know.
destination like never before. A photo of the gaping chasm left where Gorelia Fortress made the Imperial Chronicles front page. On the side of the aftermath was enough to fill citizens with a sense of inescapable dread. All the while, unconfirmed reports that several armored divisions had attempted to invade Crossbell had begun. And in every one of these reports, the message was the same. They'd been repelled almost effortlessly. Erebonia was starting to feel the effects of the IBC's asset freeze too, and things didn't look good for the economy. As things stood, it was only a matter of time before we faced a spike in corporate bankruptcies and record unemployment. Faced with this crisis, the Imperial government and officials in Heimdall began working to remedy the situation. Rumors were also spreading that Erebonia's longtime enemy, the Calvary Republic, had thrown its weight behind Crossbell. And with the fortress that once served to safeguard the Empire gone, many speculated that an invasion was only a matter of time.
I can't take this anymore. Where is she? Homeroom was supposed to start ages ago.
I'm not surprised she's late. The instructors are probably all busy trying to figure out what to do.
That seems more than likely. This morning's meeting has already blown past its normal ending time.
It's still hard for me to believe all of this is really happening. Having been there, the idea that Gorelia Fortress just vanished is difficult to comprehend.
Not all of it, I heard. There are still some parts left and almost untouched. But Instructor Neidhart making it out of there alive was nothing short of a miracle,
honestly.
though.
Yeah.
Those huge railway guns were part of the section that's gone, too. If I hadn't seen the pictures, it'd be kind of hard to believe.
What kind of weapon is even capable of doing something like that? I find myself doubtful that any human could create something so powerful.
We just don't know. All we do know is that it's impossible to make a weapon that powerful even with today's most advanced orbital technology.
And yet here we are, with just such a weapon in the hands of what's always been seen as a mere vassal state. The Imperial Army has their work cut out for them, I'll say that much.
I'm worried about what's going on in the capital, too. It sounds like there have been even more demonstrations going on there these past few days.
Down with Crossbell, they say. Point our guns towards the east.
Is there even any truth to those rumors that Calvard's planning an invasion?
I'm pretty sure it's all nonsense. But considering how there have been tensions between us and them for years, people are just more inclined to believe it.
Rumors are just that. We need to be careful not to be misled by half-truths and speculation. If possible, we should find out exactly what's happening for ourselves.
Yeah. Over the year, we've seen how things are across the Empire with our own eyes. And now's as good a time as any to put that knowledge to use.
Well said. We've had quite the education in getting to the truth behind all the headlines.
That seems to have been a running theme of most of our field studies.
Still, we seem to be missing 2 of our illustrious members.
Well, there's nothing strange about Crow's habitual truancy. Or did he already transfer back to his original class?
No. He said he was going to be with us through the end of the month. As for Milliam, though, I'm not sure.
You don't think it's something to do with the intelligence division, do you?
Well, she is an agent of theirs.
It's kind of easy to forget that, given how she usually is.
It does concern me that none of us have seen her.
Sorry to keep you waiting.
Oh, instructor.
Are we starting homeroom?
Not today, I'm afraid. All classes have been canceled. You can either stay here in the building and study until school's out, or go back to the dorm.
So, wait.
Has something happened?
Not yet, but it will. Chancellor Osborne's going to be addressing the nation from Dreikel's Plaza at noon. It's set to be broadcast across the entire Empire.
A national address?
Sounds pretty serious.
And given the timing.
Indeed. It's not hard to imagine what's on his agenda.
Come on, guys. Straighten up. You're students of Thor's Military Academy, and that makes you all cadets. Whatever careers you choose, military or civilian, you need to know how to act decisively in an emergency. So right now, I don't want you to look away from what's happening in the world. I want you to face it straight.
Will do.
You're right. Now's not the time to lose heart.
As for Osborne's speech, apparently we'll be setting up radios in each classroom so the students can listen to the national address. So if you want to follow along, be sure to be back here by noon.
I suppose I might as well listen to it here then.
Same here. I don't even have a radio.
I do, but for something like this, I'd rather not listen to it alone.
Well, then, we can all share in the joy of hearing the melodious voice of our esteemed Chancellor.
So joyful.
Maybe I should haul in some beer and snacks. That's the only way
Actually,
I'll
though,
stay sane through the entire broadcast.
Honestly, it sounds like a great idea.
What should we do about Crow and Milliam, though? None of us have seen either of them all day.
Do you know where they are?
Can't say I do. Crow's practically made a career out of playing hooky, but I did see Milliam earlier this morning.
Oh, so she's still on campus?
At least that means she wasn't called away by the intelligence division.
I'd been thinking along those lines, but when I asked her, she just shrugged and said, "No news from the top." Oh, just a little bracer-to-bracer information swapping.
The voice line. What?
Huh?
Yes, but lest you forget, she excels at
That
giving
was
us
weird.
the runaround.
At least it doesn't sound like she's in trouble. We're probably worried over nothing.
We'll just have to tell them we're meeting here at noon if we run into them before then.
Yeah, will do.
I guess everyone's going to check in with their clubs. Looks like I have some free time. Might as well see if I can track down Crow and Milliam. At least it sounds like Milliam is probably somewhere on campus. Crow, though, he could be anywhere.
I don't know what's up with the voice lines suddenly, why they're
That was weird.
screwed up. Okay. Need to go to... see, Toa.
Oh, Reen.
I figured I could find you here.
Yep. The student council will be passing out radios for every classroom, so I'm trying to figure that out at the moment. Are you guys planning on listening to the Chancellor's statement too?
How could we not? He's supposed to be addressing the entire country after all.
Yeah. Whatever it's about, it's going to be something big. I don't think anyone could have imagined the relationship between Crossbell and Arabonia going south like this. I sure hope Angie's okay. What with all of this political turmoil right now.
Toa.
Sorry about that. I'm the student council president. I need to stay focused on what's going on right here, right now. Angie would laugh at me if she could see me getting distracted over her anyway.
That's right. We've got to focus on getting through this. Still, don't try to take on more than you can handle. I'm not the only one ready to give you a hand if you need it.
Will do. Thanks. Oh yeah, why were you looking for me in the first place?
Right. I almost forgot. Do you have any idea where Crow might have gone?
Crow? Nope, I'm afraid not. He didn't mention that he had to go anywhere when I talked to him yesterday, at least.
Was yesterday the last time you saw him?
Yeah, he was giving me back some of the stuff he borrowed from me since graduation's getting so close. That was nice of him, but then he gave me everything he borrowed from Angie, too. It's only polite to give back the stuff he borrowed in person. Now it's more work for me.
Well, that's a very Crow thing to do. Well, I'll keep asking around and find out if anyone knows where he's gone.
Sounds like a good idea. Oh, but make sure you're back in your classroom by noon, okay?
Of course.
All my brain was thinking about when you were saying he ran is a Hunchback of Notre Dame. The very opening song of They Ran. All I could think about in my head.
Okay. I was like, what part? There's so many parts to that movie, but you mean the very beginning.
Yes. Fortress like that. I didn't think you could get much more powerful than those railway guns.
Yeah, having seen the railway guns in person, I can hardly believe it myself. There are rumors that whatever that weapon is, it's managed to fend off the armored divisions several times, too.
Still, I can't help but wonder what the Chancellor's gonna say in his national address. Whatever it is, I have a feeling that it's gonna shake up some things around here. This is a military academy, after all. Who knows? We might even see active duty. Even as an engineer, I doubt they'd make an exception for me. Could be that my lazy days tinkering with orbital bikes are numbered.
Oh, don't say that, George.
Well, no point stressing out too much about the future till we're there. I didn't mean to be a downer about it. Go on and listen to the broadcast, but don't worry yourself too much. This country may go through a lot in the coming years, but ultimately, we have a say in our future.
That's a good way to look at it. I don't want to look away from what's happening. We have to be aware of our present to take charge of our future. But anyway, you wouldn't happen to know where Crow is, would you? He hasn't shown up to class today.
Crow? Can't say that I do. He came by yesterday with a box of things he'd borrowed from me, but he never mentioned having any plans today.
He ran!
Dang. Anyway, I'll keep asking around to see if anyone else knows where he is.
Well, knowing Crow, he's probably just wandering around somewhere. Just keep looking around and I'm sure you'll run into him.
Will do.
Maybe.
Nothing out of the ordinary has happened here in the old schoolhouse ever since that
Have
night.
you asked Sharon?
We kind of ended up pushing it to the back of our minds, what with the way things have been going in Crossbell. Huh? It's unlocked. I wonder if someone's already inside. George is in the engineering building right now, so it can't be him. If any of the students just idly wandered in here, they'd be in real danger. I should probably take a look inside, just in case. I checked around inside of the old schoolhouse. but there didn't seem to be anyone around. But all the same, I didn't want a chance leaving anyone down there, so I decided to check the 7th floor.
Yeah. Oh, there's Milliam.
Milliam?
Oh, Reen! Come to take a sneak peek too?
Is this where you've been the whole time? You do know we have class, right?
Oh.
Not anymore.
Dang, I knew I was forgetting something.
Honestly. So, what's piqued your interest? It doesn't look like this thing has anything in common with Aragetlum.
I don't know. I can't shake the feeling that it might, at least a little. Not the same, but like they share some kind of underlying principle.
I've got no idea what you're talking about.
Milliam can be very intelligent when she wants to be.
I guess you wouldn't really understand without being connected. But now it makes sense why Gramps asked me to keep an eye on this place, though. I had no idea there'd be something this cool down here.
Wait a minute. Are you talking about
Yeah.
Chancellor Osborne? Did he know there was something like this here?
Not really sure. He just asked me to keep an eye on the building itself, and said to let him know if anything unusual happened. Whoopsie! That was supposed to be confidential.
Oops.
Oops.
So, the Chancellor has an interest in our quaint old schoolhouse, does he? We did just find out that Captain Claire is a Thor's graduate, but...
Hey, what you thinking about?
Say, Milliam, was investigating the old schoolhouse the reason you enrolled at the academy?
Well, sorta, but it was more of a side thing. There was a more important reason, but that kinda stopped being a concern. So I guess it's just this now.
Something more important than this? Not sure what she's getting at. Doesn't sound like she's trying to hide something important from me, though.
Oh yeah, it's almost time for Gramps' speech, isn't it? I guess I should head back and listen to him drone on.
Oh, so you already knew about that. We were all planning to listen in the classroom.
Sweet. I'll just listen with you guys then. What are we waiting for? Let's go!
Nothing keeps you down for long, does it? Oh yeah, you haven't seen Crow around anywhere, have you?
Huh? Nope. Is he cutting class too?
Well, he's probably just hiding out somewhere on campus. None of the others have seen him, though. I wonder if he went into town.
Huh. Maybe. Wanna try looking around, Trista? I'll come with you.
Sounds like a good idea. If he's not on the school grounds, chances are he's somewhere in town. All right, let's see if we can find him.
Crow sus.
Concerning.
Okay, so are we gonna track down Crow?
Might as well. I guess we should start with the dorms first. Maybe Sharon knows where he's gone.
Okie dokie.
Oh, I wasn't expecting to see either of you back so early. Welcome home.
Hello again, Sharon?
We're back!
Oh, it seems all of your classes have been cancelled today. I heard from Lady Sarah that you would be remaining on the campus, though.
Well, that was the plan. Say, Crow hasn't been back here, has he?
Master Crow? Well, actually, he just returned a short while ago.
Oh, he did?
Indeed. However, I don't believe he stayed long. It seems he was here just long enough to go to his room, then he left again.
Sounds like we just missed him. Maybe he forgot something here and came back to pick it up?
I don't know. Should we check his room just in case?
Yeah, might as well while we're here.
Well, if you need anything, just let me know.
looks like he did go out then. Still, don't you think his room's awfully tidy? I mean, for Crow.
Well, he was supposed to be moving out of here fairly soon. He must have been doing some cleaning. Anyway, it's almost noon. I guess we just have to head back to the classroom empty-handed for now.
Yep, it's almost time for Gramps' speech. Still, I wonder where Crow went.
Yeah.
We all wonder where Crow
There's
went.
nowhere else around here I haven't checked, is there?
Oh, it's you.
Patrick, what are you doing here? I thought you would have gone back home.
Well, we don't have any classes today, so I was just resting in my room. Sure, I've been told to return home, repeatedly at this point. But as a member of the Four Great Houses, what dignity would I have were I to turn tail and run home at a time like this? Don't underestimate me, Schwarzer.
Oh, wow.
Wouldn't dream of it. Is Class 1 planning on listening to the national address too?
We are. Personally, I can't stand the man, but we are in the middle of a national crisis. Those of us who elected to remain at the Academy are having a radio set up to hear the broadcast together.
Right.
You've got some strange classmates, though. Especially that second year. I know Heimdall's not all that far from Trista, but I'm not sure why he'd bother going to hear the speech in person.
What are you talking about?
That Crow fellow. I met him outside the station this morning.
Huh, really?
Oh, he didn't tell you? When I inquired, he said he wanted to hear the Chancellor's speech in person.
Huh. I wouldn't have expected him to suddenly take an interest in politics. Well, at least we know where he went now.
I haven't a clue what you're babbling on
what
about.
if Crow
Anyway,
is
it's almost
the final
noon.
member of
Shouldn't you be running along? You'll miss the broadcast.
terrorists?
Maybe.
He's never around when we're dealing with the terrorists.
Yeah, you're right.
Especially the one that's masked.
Let's get going, Milliam. Everyone else is waiting in the classroom.
Okay.
Whose initial is C?
Who initial is C, yeah. Am I late on figuring this out?
No, but I mean...
Bear in mind, he was there during the Guerrilla Fortress incident when C talked on the airship.
Yeah, but he talked on the airship. We didn't actually see him. It could have been a recording.
The clock's about to strike noon in Heimdall, with the Chancellor set to take the stage for his national address. With the situation in
Bless you.
Crossbell and the destruction of
Thank you.
Guerrilla Fortress still fresh in the national consciousness, the message he has today will undoubtedly shape the future of Erebonia and with it, our lives. Our reporter is joining us now live from Dreikel's Plaza.
Sounds like he's about to start.
Oh, I hate this. I've got
The
butterflies
loudest
in my
spell
stomach.
That was really loud.
So loud.
Live from Heimdall.
Huh?
Why is Misty...
Oh, it's the host from Abendheim.
At least that's a reassuring voice to hear at a time like this.
How? Emma?
What's wrong?
The woman talking on the radio, she's... You all know her?
Who, Misty? Of course. She hosts the radio show Abendheim every Sunday night at 9.
I've seen her out and about in Trista, too. She always looks so fashionable. Though, considering Abendheim is broadcast by Radio Trista, it makes sense that's where she'd be.
Huh? Do you know her or something?
The Chancellor's standing at the podium, and it looks like he's about ready to
She's
begin.
the cat!
Let's hear what he has to say.
Imagine.
Behind him right now.
I know.
Countrymen, Erebonians far
That's why I said imagine.
I thank you for your attention. I am Gileath Osborne, your Chancellor
We know.
and the acting representative of the Imperial Government. We stand today in the face of an uncertain future.
All of you, I'm sure, are aware of what has transpired in recent weeks. Crossbell, our erstwhile province, has defiantly declared its independence. And as its parting shot, frozen the assets entrusted to them by the hard-working men and women of Erebonia. As we have moved to safeguard our national interests, armed conflicts have broken out on our borders. Our enemies point to this as an example of Erebonian aggression, but nothing could be further from the truth. We acted in accordance with our duties as a colonial power. All we have done as is our sovereign right. The Imperial hand may be firm, but it is fair. These traitors, however, have shown the world that they are neither. With an unknown weapon of mass destruction, they have annihilated Gorelia Fortress, the stronghold that has long protected the very gates of this country. I ask you, brothers and sisters of the Empire, do we allow such an odious act to go unpunished? Do we sit idle as the pride and dignity of our great nation is spat upon and trampled underfoot? We cannot, we must not, and we will not. With blood and with iron we shall mete out justice!
Listen to him go.
Oh, he's quite the orator, that's for sure.
Well, he's certainly not out to upend my expectations.
Milliam? What are you doing?
Nope, can't get through. No surprise there, I guess.
Who are you trying to call?
What is all this about?
Oh, it's part of my mission. The most important part, actually. If only I'd caught on a little sooner. But considering he managed to outwit Claire, Lecter, and even Gramps, I suppose Crow's earned this victory.
What? What does Crow have to do with this?
Huh. So that's your angle. You came because you had a potential lead on C and you couldn't look into it from the outside. Is that it?
What? As in the leader of the Imperial Liberation Front?
But he's dead, isn't he?
The Intelligence Division looked at all of C's actions so far and drew up a list of potential suspects. And one possibility we couldn't dismiss was that he had ties to this academy somehow. But after C and his cronies got blown up aboard their airship in the mine, we thought it was a moot point. Looks like we spoke too soon, though. I can't believe how bad we screwed this up.
Are you seriously suggesting that it's Crow? That it's been him all along?
Crow was with us in the mine right up until he went with the miners to escort them back to the surface, right?
Yeah, and then his route back ended up blocked off by a cave-in, so he wasn't able to reach us until later.
But what if he actually used another route to get there ahead of us?
Then fought us wearing that masked helmet and cape.
Before making it look like he boarded the airship, then sneaking back around to join the others like nothing happened.
Madness. No one would stake their entire plan on such a precarious stunt.
Perhaps we can read the evidence that way, but there are a few leaps in logic that bother me.
Besides, remember when the terrorists escaped from Gorelia Fortress? We heard C talking to us. And not just then. He was addressing us just before the airship exploded in the mine, too.
That's true, on both counts.
And Crow was with us the whole time during everything that went down in Gorelia. He never left our sight.
Right. No mistaking it.
My name is C, leader of the Imperial Liberation Front. The hammer of judgment shall fall again. I'm ready. Are you?
Yeah, there's no way he could be...
He could have recorded a message in advance and played it back.
Oh.
And the airship that exploded? It could have been controlled remotely. His alibi seems airtight. But once you account for things like that, it starts looking pretty questionable.
Yep. And if C's still alive, that means the other ringleaders probably are too.
Then right now, Crow is...
Oh no. He said he was headed to Dreikel's Plaza, didn't he?
If a skilled sniper has their eye on you, you let your guard down for even a second and bang, you're dead. If he's the one who shot down the airship in the mine...
Then it's checkmate for the Chancellor. Crow's already won.
We stand at the brink of nothing less than a national crisis. In such tumultuous times, we must set aside our differences. We must look past the ideologies that divide us. I will not deny the rift that has grown between the reformist and noble factions, especially in recent times. But how childish, how insignificant such squabbles seem when the enemy marshals its strength beyond our borders. I have met with His Majesty the Emperor, and have secured permission to embark on the course we now must. Thus, in the name of the Emperor, and as the representative of the Imperial Government, I hereby proclaim
It's a long gun.
that the Empire's full military might shall be gathered together from all branches and divisions to deliver unto Crossbell a swift response to their impudence and to form a bulwark against the threat from the east.
Go finish your speech in hell.
Dang.
Well, damn.
Well played, Armbrust.
Well, that was anticlimactic. And there's our coup de grace. Now, just have to add the finishing touches.
Hands in the air!
You got the helmet. Yep, you broke the helmet.
There we go.
There he is.
Well, I want to say I called it.
It really
You
was
did.
you
You
all
done did call
along.
it.
To think, all the time we spent searching for the leader of the
Doesn't
Imperial
matter if it's
Liberation
been
Front.
10, 15 minutes
He
ahead
was
of time.
right under our noses.
Still called it.
Crow Armbrust from the Jirai SEZ.
Oh.
Aw.
Yeah.
And here I thought I'd managed to cover my tracks like a real pro. So, who put all the pieces together? I bet it was Arundel, wasn't it?
We just received confirmation a short while ago. If you hadn't been so difficult to pin down, we would have had this investigation finished up already. How could you? How could you?
You know, this really brings back the memories. It's a lot like when Jirai was annexed by the Empire 8 years ago. You let your guard down, you lose. That's how your boss's favorite little game works, isn't it? Well, he lost. And now he won't be playing any of his games again. Ever.
You! Get on the ground! I don't know how you managed to plan all of this, but you'll tell us eventually. I'll see to that.
Yeah, I don't think so.
What?
Ladies and gentlemen, we've just witnessed a shocking turn of events. Chancellor Osborne has been shot by an unknown assailant. He's currently being rushed into urgent care. We'll bring you more on the situation as it develops.
What is that? It's coming closer.
It looks like we may not be out of the woods yet, folks. A large silver craft has been sighted in the sky to the south, and it seems to be headed toward the capital. But hearing a radio broadcast just isn't the same as seeing it unfold yourselves, is it? So how about I give you Thor students a special treat? Just my way of saying thanks for the fun I had at the festival.
Wait,
Oh my
what's she talking
God.
about? Was she speaking directly to us just now?
Resound, resound, O voice everlasting! Rend night's silent veil and reveal unto all the beautiful world!
What the?
Isn't that the
That's
plaza
different.
in Heimdall?
This is one of the Azure Abyss's incantations, Phantasmagoria!
It's a lot of big words for 11:40 p.m. It's her Articuno.
Whoa. I think things just started happening.
Mm-hmm. The thick battleship.
The Pantagruel.
It tickles.
Oh, shit.
Yep, that's different. Oh,
They
got
have Heelys.
How badass.
The 1st Armored Division.
What is that thing?
I know, but it ain't one of ours.
It is
It's
not.
time to avenge His Excellency. Fire!
Oh, epic doge.
Where did it... What? Ah!
So the tanks are not resistant to piercing and bludgeoning.
You are correct.
Or they are, but it has to be magical.
They all have anti-tank specific guns and hammers.
Or there is specifically like the siege breaker stuff. Maybe
what
they
are
have that
those things?
property.
Humanoid combat armors, courtesy of Reinford's 5th Development Division, staunch supporters of the Noble Alliance. Knights for the modern age, modeled after a stunning historical example and made of hardened steel from toe to crown. We call them the Panzer Soldats.
But how did... Don't move!
Sorry,
Do they also
I
have
don't take orders
Panzerfausts?
from you. Zephyr should be able to secure Valflame Palace
Panzerfaust.
just fine on their own. But I've got my own score to settle.
No! What?
See ya, Icy Maiden.
You know, it's a stereotype for officers that have like villains that are clearly bad, cornered with a gun.
To talk
and then they
instead
look
of shooting them.
away, and they talk instead of shooting them. It's like, I'm telling everyone in this world right now that if an officer were
Man,
to
that was a
corner
bit of a
somebody who's
letdown,
been doing
huh?
really bad stuff, there is
I'll
no
give 'em an A for
talking.
effort.
It's boom.
But we're talking about the Imperial capital here? Is that the best they could muster on their home turf?
Can't jump off the ledge if their leg's broken, right?
The hard part's still ahead. Most of the Imperial army
He's
is putting
familiar.
out fires across the
Yes,
country.
he was part of the guard of that fancy guy.
Yeah.
He was part of the guard. Of, both of them were.
Actually. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
they'll be back.
They were the
soon
bodyguards of
enough.
Duke Cayenne.
And who knows?
But he
They
stands out
might
more.
have some
He
anti-soul
was the one that
his
wanted to give you a
voice.
good hug.
up their
Yeah.
sleeve.
Yes, he looks like he gives a good hug.
Hey, anything can happen. Guess the ones to watch out for are the 3rd, 4th, and 7th Armored Divisions, huh? I wonder whose side our little princess will take.
That's for Fee to decide. The boss would have wanted it that way.
Huh.
Huh.
I guess you guys didn't pay attention to that part of Crow's speech. He said Zephyr
No.
can handle the palace by themselves.
Yeah.
No, it's more so they're referring to Fee as a princess. That's got me going, what?
Yeah, because she was the adopted daughter of the boss of Zephyr. So they
Yeah,
view
right.
her as
And he
the
was the
princess
king,
of...
so technically...
Yeah, he was the Jaeger king. And so she was his princess.
Okay. Gotcha.
Technically.
In their eyes.
Yeah. No, he said Zephyr, and I was like, wait, what? And I was still processing.
And there she is.
Mm-hmm.
With Articuno.
Splendidly done, Grianos.
Aw.
I see you were able to share the sweetest notes of my aria with our little friends.
Where the fuck is he there?
I find myself reminded afresh
He
of the brilliance with
looks
which you
for beauty.
shine as the second Anguis.
And probably to recruit.
That's why he's
No.
there.
She's the second Anguis.
She's the second
Oh.
Lady Vida Clotilde.
Oh.
Vast is the stage, and beauty
Didn't
is
see
the
that one
performance
coming.
of the Azure Abyss.
That's quite the compliment, considering your standards on beauty. Still, first the Burl, then Crossbell, and now here in Erebonia. Don't you think you're getting a little too greedy for your own good?
Honestly.
Your chastisement cuts deep. We'll be proceeding with the next step of the Phantasmal Blaze plan, I presume?
Yes, indeed. The bells are
Guess who has
tolling for
second Anguis assigned to
Crossbell,
them?
and preparations here are complete. Still, even this grand an undertaking
It's
is but
Mira.
a jewel in a greater
It is,
crown.
man.
The second stage
And
of
I'm
the
so
Orpheus
glad I
final
get to
plan.
voice her.
The symphony awaits us. Let the second movement commence.
I can do her voice really good.
She was all over the place. She was the one that was the previous masked woman that was talking to Kevin or whatever. Fuck too.
Uh-huh.
Gosh darn it.
Is this really happening?
She was there getting an idea of what was happening.
It is. I'm certain of it.
This cutscene ends after this, and then we have control so we can save.
Phantasmagoria is an
It's
arcane
CP
art known to the
time,
Witch
it's
of the
CP
Abyss,
time.
capable of showing scenes and visions across great distances. The woman you know as Misty is something of a sister of mine.
Wait, the Witch of the Abyss?
Are you saying that's who Misty really is?
Wait. I feel like
She's
any
your
moment
sister?
I'm going to wake up in my bed to find I just dreamt all this.
If only it
Emma, do you work
was.
for Ouroboros?
But we have no choice but to accept that it's real.
Well, we'll have plenty of time to worry about that later. Right now, we've got 2 more pressing concerns. The Chancellor's been shot, and Heimdall's been occupied.
Uh-huh.
Oh no. I hope my father's all right.
Damn. Please, let Saint Estrella be safe.
That gargantuan airship, those Panzer Soldats. I have no doubts that they were bankrolled and manufactured by the noble faction.
I saw them there. My old family. All this time I never knew what happened to them. Now there they are.
Fee.
So you know those men? I remember meeting them briefly in the Gram.
They're former members of Zephyr. Used to be one of the continent's strongest Jaeger Corps. It looks like the Noble faction hired them to do their dirty work, just like the Imperial Liberation Front. On top of that...
It looks like our guess about C's identity was right on the money. But I don't know what that cool blue thing was he flew off in.
Crow, why did you do it?
On behalf of the Student Council, I'd like to ask all of you to remain calm. I'm sure you all experienced that strange vision during the broadcast, and the principal has an announcement he'd like to make about it.
Good afternoon, everyone. This is Principal Van Dyke speaking. I'm sorry to say there's a strong likelihood that what you just saw is really happening in Heimdall. However, it's important to note that we don't yet have confirmation or any official word on the situation. I'm doing all I can to find out what's going on, but in the meantime, I ask for your patience and understanding.
So all the other classes saw it too.
How could she use a national radio broadcast to show something to just us and no one else? Is that even possible?
For her, it is, with little difficulty at that.
Yo, Sarah here. Who's... Neidhart?
Yo.
An emergency meeting. Right away? What? Of course.
Yo, what's
I'll
up?
be right
It's
there.
Sarah.
Yeah, understood. I'll meet you in front of the main gate. All right, class. I've got to step out for a bit to take care of some business. But no matter what happens, you are not to leave this building. Is that clear?
Goodbye.
She's never sounded more serious in her whole life.
Uh-huh.
I'm not sure, but it's obvious something strange is happening.
Can this day even get stranger than it already is?
If Sarah is serious, shit's going down.
Mm-hmm.
What's wrong, guys?
I hear something to the west, and it's getting closer.
Several armored cars are approaching. And it sounds like they have some of those armored suits with them.
Uh-oh.
You've got to be kidding.
First Heimdall, now Trista? Are they planning on taking over the academy?
Sure looks that way. Notable
Yep.
members from both factions have kids enrolled here, and there are plenty of important people like the principal. So either they're looking to preemptively protect their own or take the others hostage. Could be either, even both.
I think both.
This is absurd.
Whatever their intentions, we can't allow them to harm innocent people.
Do you think that's where the instructors went? To try and fight them off?
Those giant armors tore through the army's tanks like they were nothing more than toys. Our instructors are strong, but with what they're up against, I'm worried they might not be enough. I'm not sure how much help we'd be or if we'll even be able to put a dent in them. But right now, they need all the support they can get. They need Class 7.
I'm with you.
You have my sword.
What the fuck are we
I didn't really wake up today planning
What
to
the
fight
fuck
enemies
are
that
we
can
going
gut a
to
tank.
do, Reed? What the fuck are we going to do, Reed?
Elliot knows what's up.
None of us did. But this battle came to us, so we'll draw the line here.
I'll do everything I can to defend this school and its students.
I take no issue with humbling those that befoul the spirit of true nobility.
Guess I'll help too. I wonder how Lamy will match up against those giants.
This logic.
We haven't got a lot of
Oh my
time.
God.
Well, it's the
move
same
out.
logic the teachers have. Stall long enough that the innocents get safe. Is what it is.
All right, let's do this.
Yeah, sure. It's fucking dumb.
We're sure that there's like more than one game in this series, right?
Yes,
They don't all
there are
die in the
4
scene.
specifically of the Cold Steels. They do not all have the same cast.
PSA. If something
are
like
you
this
also
is
flustered?
happening,
What's going on?
no.
Ferris? You're still here?
Just no.
What in Adios' name is going on here?
Given the
I
times
saw
we
the
currently live
instructors
in,
leaving the academy
this is
through
not
the front
real life.
gate.
Don't do it.
They already
Exactly.
Patrick, you have to stay here. You can't let them take over this building. Work with the other students as best you can.
Yeah, Patrick, stay here.
Schwarzer?
What are you?
Schwarzer?
What in Adios' name is going on? I heard a war started in Heimdall.
Don't worry, everyone. You'll be safe here.
We'll show you to the auditorium. You can bunker down there.
See, they're doing the proper thing.
Toa, George.
Ah, they have a gate. Excellent.
Yeah, that'll definitely not
They
get
got it
destroyed
wood.
in
What are
2
you doing here?
seconds. Yeah.
I think it's supposed to be just weathered metal.
I
You
don't
aren't.
know.
You're not planning on going to help the instructors, are you?
They were.
That's
Yeah,
exactly
they
what
are.
we're planning.
I'd bring
Yep.
shame to the Arcade name if I were to willingly allow such insolence and dishonor to fester.
We're not gonna push our luck, but we want to give them every little bit of support we can.
You can't be serious.
If that video's anything to go by, you'd be going up against some seriously dangerous weapons. The chances of you overcoming a force like that is... Well, I don't even want to say. Are you really sure this is what you want to do?
We are. This academy has given us a lot. We've made friends here, learned to better ourselves. And we'll be damned if we're going to let them just take that away.
You guys.
Oh boy. The instructors told me not to let you pass if you tried to come through here.
Of course they did.
All right. As student council president, I hereby grant you permission to head through. But don't forget, you're still students. This may be a military academy, but that doesn't mean you're soldiers. If you ever feel like your lives are in danger, even a little bit, you get out of there, okay?
They're going to
Run
be
away.
in danger.
Surrender. I don't care what you do, just please don't die out there. Promise me.
Of course.
We
No
promise.
At least make sure you've got everything you need before you go then. I've got my tools on me, so if you guys need any last-minute modifications to your Arcus units, I'll take care of it.
Maybe we should go grab the giant mech in the basement of the old schoolhouse.
Nobody can figure out how to get into it.
We're about to find out.
I will. This is going to. There we go.
I'm dying.
I get that. Trust me, I get it.
You can hear her gasping out her last breath of air, telling you to save. The gremlin's passing out.
All right. Thank you guys for watching. We'll see you next time.
I go eat now.
Bye.
Gremlin